Hello pepperonis. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a trade recap on this ES trade that we just got. And this is going to be the same as the model that I posted in the previous video. That is a ORB model that uses the consolidation or accumulation phase of Q1 created from 9 o'clock to 9:22 before the market open. So let's get into this trade. To start with this trade, there's a few things that we're going to need to get in order before we can start looking at a bias or start looking at an SMT or anything in that sort. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is heading to our 15-minute. This is currently the end of the range, but we're going to head to the 15-minute. And then by the end of this range, we can see price super close. This is the 15 minutes in replay. It's going to show that it tapped already, but it didn't because it's going to show a finished 15-minute candle. But obviously at the end of the range of 9:22, the range would not have finished and this would not have happened yet. So we're going to assume that this is, let's skip this back one candle so the higher time frame looks a little bit better. We can have a 50-minute wick below, and then we can also see that price currently is rejecting off of higher time frame wicks right to the left of it. I'm not going to mark it. I didn't mark it in my example because then I would have done that. It would have literally just clouded my entire chart on the lower time frame. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm mainly going to just expect price to use this one right now, as I'm going to be looking for some sort of SMT. If we're going to be selling, then I at least know we're in a higher time frame PD array of some sorts, but I'm going to be expecting something from this low right now. So let's see what happens on NQ as well. Let's draw out this doji right here, which is going to be this entire candle, as the body is so tiny that we can use the wick on both sides as one singular candle for a rejection. Let's go back to the lower time frame and wait for this range to complete. So 9:23. Okay. By the start of this next quarter, which is the end of Q1, we can see NQ heading for the low of that current range. So what I'm going to be looking for is some sort of SMT and a rejection on the weaker pair, and then I'm going to be entering off of that. We can see by the next candle, NQ has taken that low with a candle body, but ES has not. So I'm going to be waiting for a candle that rejects from this current zone that we're at. We have a bullish candle rejecting from that previous zone. We can enter for a buy. I'm going to have my stops at 18 ticks. That's going to cover most than half of that 15-minute wick gap that we marked out. So I can expect that if price is going to pull back, hopefully it's going to have a reaction from that and use it as support. Let's have our stops at standard deviation 2. That's going to be, take profit at standard deviation 2. That's going to be where we're going to be expecting price to have a possible reversal. So I'm not going to extend my take profit past that, as price can reverse and I can give up profits. So let's enter on this trade. Have our stops at 18 ticks, and then take profit at standard deviation 2. We can see we took this low, but we can also see on YM specifically, at this time, we have not even taken the high or the low. So currently I'm still bullish, waiting for a rejection now to get out of this 50-minute wick gap that we just tapped into. We also then created a 1-minute fair value gap. So if we're going to inverse this fair value gap from this 15-minute wick gap, then I'm expecting a reversal and continuation from that play. We can see a bullish engulfing candle taking at least 5 to 6 candles, plus that inversions being confirmed. So now what you can expect is price to probably have another retest because it did engulf. So we're going to retest into the support, and then we can expect some bullish drive. There we have the touch into the orders. We have the rejection. This would have been too high of an entry on my terms, but you could have still entered on that if you wanted to play the safe route. But then your 18 ticks would have been here. Here we have break even, so we can move the stops up. And there we have the end of the trade. If you guys have any questions about this model, please do ask. I will leave the owner of this model, Sketchy Kinda Guy, I will leave his Discord in the description if you guys need to ask him directly. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys very soon.